it is time for the last time to wind them up and let them go. Who is going to be bravest on the brakes? Who's going to have a great start and a good start from the second row? But what a stormer again from our pole sitter. Nicely done with Toby. Oh, Toby's off the road. That's gone horribly wrong with Toby Owen. But Roy Grassi had an absolute cracker from the front line, but under pressure from Mark Baker. And Dan Blake is looking to get involved in that particular fight. Well, everybody is involved in the fight at this stage. Toby Owen all the way down to 12th from starting in second. Oh dear, oh dear. Couldn't go much worse for him if he tried. Down towards Shell Oil Corner for the first time in, and get a tiny bit of breathing space for Roy Grassi. As that's not where you meant to click, was it? Oh, Alex Rose is in trouble. Oh dear, Alex Rose is down to the tail of the field. He's gone off somewhere, but look at this pack of four. Have you retired the car, Luca? I must ask you that.
That's a good point.
There we go. We don't want that. We don't want that causing trouble again. But look at this side by side, Baker and Blake coming down towards turn 10, but they remain in the position they are. Lots of swapping of positions further back. Looks like Kev Straw and Adam Benton's gone off the road again. Oh, sideways sliding from Mark Baker. That's going to cost him very, very badly. He's lost 2, he's lost 3 positions. Aaron Large has gone through as well. Mark Baker down into 5th place. Roy Grassi will be enjoying that. But his bit of breathing space did not last long whatsoever. Oh, no,
big accident.
Oh, well, I mean, there was a big sideways moment, but it didn't look like it was... Oh, no, never mind. There's someone facing backwards now. We've got big impacts going on. Dear, oh, dear. That's Brad O'Nions. Oh, no. Our second place finisher is now being caught up in a big, big incident as we look at Ross McGregor still in 10th position as Dixon and Roy Grassi's lost 2 positions in a single corner. Dan Blake and Miles Dixon have gone through. Miles now through to the lead on the outside of Cascades. Can he hold it? Answer is not quite. That fight still isn't resolved. Still side by side as they come down lakeside, heading towards Iron Ben. No, that one is resolved. Miles Dixon, or resolved for now. Miles Dixon now up into the lead in the number 2 car as Dan Blake is right in his tyre tracks. Roy Grassi still there. Aaron Large is large in the mirrors of Roy Grassi. Mark Baker in 5th position. John Monroe, well, he's survived the first lap of this race. He's a few seconds off this pack, but is closing in quickly. There he is in 6th position. Miles Dixon is now the man with all the pressure. Mind you saying that, Mark Baker was really pushing Aaron Large through the Britain chicane. We now come down towards turn 10 and 11 into his laps. Dan Blake still looking to put the pressure on. Bit of a breathing space for Dan Blake now as Roy Grassi has fallen about 1.5 seconds behind the top 2. And right behind him, Aaron Large and Mark Baker looking to try and get past him.
Yeah, Aaron Large very close there to the back of Roy Grassi, looking to make a move down into Druids.
Not quite. He doesn't make the move there, but he might try the move down into Lodge. Bit of a bigger braking zone down there. No, but Mark Baker looked like he could. And that's John Monroe, who has decimated the gap between himself and this 3-way fight for 3rd position as McGregor and Fontaine swap round, as do Rhodes and Quinn. And Brad O'Nions has gone past McCrae Williams as well. So switching around, going on further down the field. As again, now John Monroe is going to have a hell of a task getting past these 3 as they are having a big old scrap amongst themselves. Mark Baker going a bit wide in Cascades. That's probably going to open the door for John. Not quite. As John Monroe slots back behind Mark Baker. Oh, tries an inside manoeuvre at Island Bend. That would have been brave if he'd committed to that, but certainly showing his nose, making himself very, very known to Mark Baker, but can't quite find the way through just yet as Miles Dixon's opened up a 1.3 second lead over Dan Blake, who's got 3 seconds over this pack, and this pack is being closed in on by Dennis Hospers as John Monroe tries to go side by side. I think Mark was a little slow through that through the Britain chicane. I don't think John was trying to make the move. I think Mark Baker was just a little bit slow. Now Dennis Hospers is right there to make that pack even bigger. Oh, goodness me, this could go absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, John Monroe started P18 and has made his way all the way up to 6th. So,
in 5 minutes.
Yeah, an astonishing bit of driving there. And Ross McGregor seems to be sat down in 8th position, just about 1.5 seconds behind Hospers. So it'll be interesting to see if he can make it further up the field. But Aaron Large keeping within half a second of Grassy here.
Fight we've got as again John Monroe gets out of the slipstream of Matt Baker coming into. I keep calling him Matt Baker. It's Mark Baker. As they came through the Old Hall corner into turn 1, now down towards turn 3, down to Cascades, and again side by side. That was Monroe and Baker, and yes, John Monroe's gone through to 5th position. Very opportunistic move from the Zancho well, you could call him a number 2. I don't mean it in the sense that he's second best, but his teammate has got the championship. That's all I was meaning there. As Hospers was also making himself known as Johns goes to the inside line on Aaron Large. Can't quite get it done through the shadow of corner. There's Ross McGregor. He's got involved in this pack now, as he is now 6 cars long from 3rd down to 8th, all nose to tail. If someone makes a mistake in this pack, that is going to get very, very messy.
Yeah, if anyone makes a mistake, as you said, it could prove devastating to all the cars. As you can see there, cars bumping over the curbs, but very interesting race here.
John Monroe got a little bit squiggly. I'd imagine they all probably got a bit squiggly coming through his lots. Now heading towards Druid's corner. And you can just see everyone just trying to put the pressure on the car in front of them. And Roy Grassy is doing his absolute best to soak it all up. He's got Aaron Large just all over the tail of him. And John Monroe going for the inside line into Large. Can't quite get the move done on Aaron Large, but it's not all done yet. Right behind them, Ross McGregor and Dennis Hospers side by side. Oh, as at the same time, Aaron Large is side by side with Rory Grassy. John Monroe on the inside takes Aaron Large. Oh, and was that Baker or no? Was Aaron Large off, I think? No, was it? I completely lost track of who's where. It was Baker. It was Mark Baker that had gone off the road and is now finding himself at the tail end of this particular pack. There he is, the dark green accented car at the back. John is now second in this pack, only has Roy Grassy to deal with, but Aaron Large has proven himself, as John was saying earlier, to be much improved as the season's gone on, so you can't just ignore it. Oh, that's a very uncomfortable place for Aaron Large to be, right in between the two Sanchos. He's got a little bit twitchy coming out of the Shallows corner. That's given the position to Ross McGregor. And again, John Monroe just making himself really, really obvious in the mirrors of Roy Grassy. And here comes Ross McGregor to try and put a move on John Monroe, side by side as they're coming down towards turn 10. And Ross is committed to it. Oh, bit of a nudge there from John on Roy Grassy, and still side by side. No, that's now resolved. So he comes through his lots into Knickerbrook. Oh my goodness me, this is absolutely incredible racing going on. This is all for 3rd place. Oh wow, they're so close, and they have been for so long. It's amazing we haven't had a huge incident. I hope I haven't just commentated cursed at all of them.
Yeah, the two Scuzzles and Show cars as well, battling out now. That's John up the inside there of Roy Grassy. Very, very good, and they'll probably use Grassy there as a sort of breaking up the two fighting cars.
Indeed. That was a great move, nice and clean from John Monroe. Just committed to the inside line. Looks like Ross McGregor. Oh, on the outside of Roy Grassy. And still on the outside of Roy Grassy, but can he get the drag from? And he does. He makes the outside maneuver. He completes it on the exit of Cascades, and that's Dennis Hospers, I think. Oh no, it's Mark Baker who's gotten ahead of Dennis Hospers, making a move. And Alex Rose is now joining the back of this pack. So this back it's gotten bigger still. Although John Monroe beginning to break away. Ross McGregor looks like he's beginning to break away from this pack now. But Alex Rose, there he is in the red and white car, joining the back of this particular queue. My goodness, the Zancho pair have managed to make it through. No huge incidents there. Oh, Dennis Hospers has lost the spot. He's made a mistake, and through into 8th position goes Alex Rose. There he is. Oh, that's very deep for Dennis going into turn 10, but does manage to slow that one down. Doesn't.
And that's John Monroe.
That's John again. Oh, well, I bet he's ruining having less downforce on the tail of his car, as that has gone horribly wrong for him. But if anyone can close back down on that pack, it is John Monroe. And there we just briefly saw Toby Owen. He's been having a bit of a battle in 10th position with Alexis Fontaine and Brad O'Niens. So it's got about 1.5 seconds on Brad. But this particular pack, Roy Grassi, again finds himself at the head of it. Oh, that was Alex Rhodes going a bit wide, but keeps it on the black stuff. Aaron Large still trying to find a way past Roy Grassi. Mark Baker looking to try and follow suit or make his own move. There's Alex Rhodes. Ooh, I thought that was Aaron Large going a little bit deep into that particular bend, but manages to slow it down. Dennis Hospice on the back of this pack now, so he's closed back in on this train. Oh my goodness, Roy Grassi must be absolutely sweating buckets, the amount of pressure he's been under all race long.
Yeah, Aaron Large in the white and yellow car piling the pressure on, and it keeps looking like he's going to make a move, but then he just slots back in behind, so he might be saving it up for when he gets more of a promising opportunity to claim that third spot. We're just going to go check in with our race leader, who is Miles Dixon in the Pulse Sim Sport car, and he's being followed by Dan Blake, who has taken up second position.
Yep. As you looked away, Mark Baker's made a mistake. He's now at the back of that particular train, and there he is. He's gone off the road. Oh, and that's John Monroe recovering from his own issue. Oh, we've lost Adam Bent. That's a shame. He was recovering from that injury. So, but Aaron Large has made his way past Roy Grassi after all this time. Aaron has actually gotten through into 4th position. Roy's still right there. John Monroe and Mark Baker have swapped round as Alex Rhodes. It looks like he's trying to put a move on Dennis Hospice for 6th position. They're still side by side. They are as they come up and over dearly. Aaron Large begins to break away from Roy Grassi now, but oh, Dennis Hospice just manages to fend off Alex Rhodes as they go through all corner. Wow, it's Alex does sideways. Oh no, big incident. He's hit the wall and spun. Oh no, he just pushed up a little bit too hard. And alas, lost the traction, and round he goes.
Anyone out, Tom.
Didn't see if he hit the wall with any particular force. There is Dan Blake trying to home in on Miles Dixon. Aaron Large now is the one with the pressure. Roy Grassi, although it's 8/10 back, so Aaron has got a bit more pace in the car than Roy does. Roy's done a brilliant job of hanging on to the position for so long. There's Dennis Hospice now on Roy's case to try and demote Roy Grassi into 6th position as Aaron Large gets a bit squiggly coming out of the Britain chicane. There goes Hospice. Oh, can he slow it down coming into turn 10? Yes, he does. I don't think Roy fought that one too hard. As oh no, I think Alex Rhodes has gone off the road as he's fallen down to 10th position. Trouble for Alex Rhodes as Monroe, Baker and O'Niens have all gone past him. That's a bit of a shame, but on they go nonetheless. So that finally, that pack has broken apart as Miles Dixon continues to lead the way. He's opened up the gap between himself and Dan Blake up front to 3.6 seconds. As Roy Grassi continues to chase Dennis Hospice, but I think Dennis is likely to pull away from Roy Grassi. No disrespect to Roy, but Dennis has had a bit more pace in the number 4 car. They go for another lap. Another 11 minutes left of this race. Ooh, that was a bit wide from Dennis, but manages to keep that one on the straight and narrow. John Monroe in 7th position. He is about just under 9 seconds behind Roy Grassi, so that's going to be quite an ask. I mean, John can do it. He can certainly close in that kind of gap. And there's Mark Baker behind him. John won't have to defend too hard from the 5 car. And there's his teammate Ross McGregor. 10 seconds behind Dan Blake. You have to gain over a second a lap to close in on Dan, but we've seen how easy mistakes are at this track. Into his slots once again for Ross McGregor. Baker is actually keeping John Monroe honest in 7th position, it looks like. He's keeping that gap at about a second. So number 5 car doing a pretty good job hanging on to the back of John Monroe. But the newly crowned champion is rather minding his own business, just keeping things consistent, keeping things clean. I think he would have probably preferred to have worked his way through the field a bit quicker than he was able to, but no doubt he will just keep that one going. Dan Baker, 38.6 for him, so starting to pick up the pace a little bit in the second spot. There he is, 3.3 seconds behind Miles Dixon, as Ross McGregor gets the fastest lap of the race at 38.4. So Ross McGregor 10 seconds behind Dan Blake, but he's pushing on as best he can. He's behind him doing 39.8 for Aaron Large. Dennis Hospice is closing in on Aaron Large, so we do have a battle for 4th position brewing between Aaron Large and Dennis Hospice. There they are, coming through Cascades. So Aaron's going to have to do some defending soon, unless Dennis has gone a bit. Well, I think Dennis lost a little bit of time there, but didn't get a good exit from Cascades as they head towards Shell Oil Corner once again. Aaron will definitely be feeling the pressure. He knows that Dennis is there, and he knows that Dennis will be a bit quicker. So that's going to be something to watch for. There's another just under 9 minutes of the race to go. But we could well have a battle for 4th. I'm not sure we're going to have too many other positions, although Alex Rhodes and Toby Owen aren't too far apart. I think that's Alex recovering from his own issues. Toby is still on for a fairly decent position in the lap.
Talking of drop concentration, I've just fucked down a point in case.
And Aaron's had a pretty bad run through his lops and Knickerbrook. And now Dennis Hospice is all over his rear wing, so that small bit of breathing space he's had has just evaporated as Miles Dixon gets a 38.6 on the board, and Toby Owen is off the road. As soon as I mentioned Toby, he's fallen off the road, and there he is, just recovering from his spin. That's Alexis Fontaine, I think, closing in on him behind. But Aaron Large has got a lot of defending to do from Dennis Hospice. There they are. Real battle for 4th position. I thought it would take a little longer to brew than that. It was only a 10th difference between the two last time around, but I think they both kind of made mistakes in different places, which meant that gap kind of ebbed and flowed a bit. It's just under 7 tenths now as they come down towards Cascades. This is where Dennis lost a bit of time. He's had a really good run through that 3rd turn this time around. And again, Aaron will know that he is large in his mirrors. Away from the Delta, as Adam Bent has sadly left the session.
Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits.
Again, that looked a bit deep from Aaron Large, but no gain from Dennis there. And Brad O'Niens and Mark Baker are close together in 8th position as well. Oh, that's a mistake! Oh, that's a mistake from Aaron. He locks up going into the Britain chicane. He did very well to keep that out of the wall. But that has gifted 4th position to Dennis Hospice. And he will not squander that opportunity, I dare say. He should run off now. Again, no disrespect to Aaron, who's done very, very well in the latter half of the championship. But Dennis has shown a bit more pace in the number 4 car. There is Mark Baker and Brad O'Niens. Oh, that's not gone well for Mark Baker. No, dear, a little nudge there from Brad. There was nothing really Brad could do. He couldn't avoid him as Owen's gone off the road again. And falling down to 14th position. That was nearly Alex Rhodes into the back of Mark Baker there. But Mark just touched the grass before the braking zone and round he went. Not slowing that one down as John Monroe has overtaken Roy Grusty again. Up into 6th position for John with 6 minutes to go. 8.5 seconds ahead of him to Aaron Large. It's probably going to be, assuming there's no mistakes, it's probably going to be a bit of a big gap for John to try and overhaul. Oh dear, Toby Owen's in the pits, so
down to 5th.
Whatever issues he's had has has pretty much ruined his race. And there he is. His race is run. Into the pits he comes. Ross McGregor. Oops, that's not quite the way. Oh dear, Toby Owen's disconnected from the session.
Yeah.
So that's gone very badly for him.
Yeah, Toby obviously not getting on best with race 2. It'll be interesting to see if he comes and joins us.
That's what I was thinking. With 5 minutes of the season to go.
That one back. Unless he makes a mistake,
Right.
but I don't see
Alex
that
Rose
happening.
and Mark Baker are close together for 9th position. That's our closest battle on track, and they just swapped round, as I've mentioned them. So I think Alex has made a mistake somewhere. Oh, he's definitely made a mistake somewhere because he's already fallen over 1.3 seconds behind Mark Baker. So he's gone off the road somewhere. And that was an easy pass for 9th place as we continue to watch Ross McGregor, our newly crowned champion, continue to work his way through the turns. He knows he's not made to close in 9 seconds in 4.5 minutes, so just doing what he needs to do to keep the car on the black stuff as the field has finally spread out.
39.3. That's your fastest lap.
And Mark sets his personal best of 39.2, personal best of the race. And Ross McGregor is catching up with back markers.
No worries, man.
See
I lost the
who
place.
he's catching up to. So McRae is catching up to.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
I
like
fucked
the
up that bloody,
Sunderco
chicane.
car of McRae.
It's locked and any fucking steering rather than plant it in the wall, just went wide, let him past.
Yeah, the drivers seem to space themselves out quite evenly across the field.
So it's fucking
Gray
up there.
Williams just getting a bit close to
I don't know what
Carl
happened, that probably
Arden
braked
in
off camber or
between.
something, but yeah, it's all fucking locked up and then
Newly crowned
went to
champion
shit.
Ross.
And we should have Toby with us. Mr. Owen, are you there? If he is, he's not talking to us. His race has gone that badly that
You might be in a
he's-
bit of a mood, yeah.
Oh dear. We'll hopefully get a response from Toby shortly.
Gap in front has increased.
Is that better?
Now about
There we go, we can hear you.
Yeah, I ain't catching him.
I wasn't expecting to come and talk to you guys, but yeah, so I just had to set my microphone up, so apologies for the delay.
So race 2 didn't quite go your way. It looks like you had a solid result for race 1.
Yeah, race 1 was great. Really good to be back behind the wheel, even if it is for just this one-off final round. But you get the 9th and 10th places. I was 9th in race 1. It puts you on the front row for the reverse grid, which is fantastic. Unfortunately, that the guys behind, I think,
That's a fucking shit
were
corner,
very
that
concerned about their own races and didn't really worry about the guys who had finished 9th and 10th. So just got elbowed out at the first corner. Someone coming through, obviously eager to get to the front and not really caring too much about who they'd moved out of the way to do so.
That's a bit of a shame. But it's always glad to have you in the box with us, Mr. Owen.
Yeah, I'm sweating after that, to be honest. It's a really physical circuit, Oulton Park. One of my favourite in real life, and it's a very good representation in the virtual world. It's very much like the real life track, so really enjoyed racing it. But it is hard work. So the corners are just constant.
Yeah, we had a good chat with John Monroe, who sadly departed race 1 very early. So he very kindly graced us with his insight. And yeah, much what he was saying is that it's a circuit that takes constant commitment. Was rather his point he was making as we continue to watch Miles Dixon get a lovely lead. Oh, steady as he's gone a bit wide at Old Hall Corner, but keeps it on the straight and narrow. It's a good 5-second lead with. He had enough time to do 2 laps, so a couple of laps still to run. What kind of downforce levels were you running, Toby?
I went for 6 on the rear, which is sort of 4's the minimum, 8's the maximum, so 6 seemed about right. You could probably get away with 7 here, but because it's so tight, so difficult to overtake, I wanted to give myself a little bit of straight line speed, because that's the only time you're able to actually get alongside someone and overtake. So I went for a bit of a compromise on setup.
Because overtaking places, unless you're really going to not handside, but you're really prepared to get the O-bells out, overtaking possibilities are few and far between here.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I haven't seen what's been going on at the front, so I don't know how people have been managing their overtakes up front. But certainly where I was scrapping in the midfield, it was very much a case of sort of following someone and trying to pressure them into a mistake, and then if they just went a little bit wide or got a wheel on the dirt, that was your opportunity, and you got through. So you can do it, but you need to rely on the person in front not having the cleanest exit from the corner to be able to do it.
That is often the way, though, in certainly narrower circuits, as Miles Dixon gets a 38.2 on the board for the fastest lap of the race so far.
He's just cut the timing beam, hasn't he? He's just started another lap, so this will be the last one.
It would indeed. Ross McGregor actually cut the timing beam with less than a second to go in race 1. So John surmised that he probably did that by accident. He probably was trying to actually back off and let the timer run out a little earlier, but didn't quite do so enough. But never mind.
Yeah, we had one lap more than I was expecting.
Oh, someone's just slammed into the wall there.
Harry Quinn, I think.
Oh dear, yes, good spot. That was a one. He came way too wide. Whether he was trying to get out of Miles' way, or whether that was a big oversight that sailed off the road at Island Bend. And this track is very unforgiving on mistakes, as well. John Monroe rather proved that in lap 1 of race 1. Yeah, mistakes are very easily punished in this track.
Yes, yeah, it doesn't give you a lot of time if you make a mistake. You can't really recover from it. You're already heading for the scene of the accident.
Yes, braking on the grass doesn't work well, as I think Mark Baker was the one that proved that one earlier on as well.
Yeah, I had a good few battles with Mark in race 1. I think Miles is probably going to come across the line anytime now, isn't he? So into the final sector. This will be
Indeed.
the first win of the season.
And he's done it very comprehensively, 7.5 seconds. Oh, John Monroe's off the road. Oh no, John Monroe's fallen off the road again. I mean, he's got a big gap behind him. So that's exactly what he did it before. Now the Britain chicane, he's still got plenty of time behind him. But Miles Dixon has already crossed the line. As we checked in on John, Miles Dixon has come across the line to take the win. And Dan Blake has taken the second spot. And Ross McGregor, he's never far away from the podium, is he? And has
You say
taken the
never
third
far
spot.
away from the podium. That completes the clean sweep. That is an incredible record for Ross McGregor. He has finished on the podium in every single race this season. That's why he's our champion.
Yeah, John Monroe made the exact same point. The consistency of Mr. McGregor has been absolutely flawless as he makes his merry way around the circuit. Oh, and parks it in the little cut through there. Dennis Hospers comes over the line in 4th. A solid result there. Aaron Large, I wonder if he'll be happy with that. A good, strong 5th. John Monroe takes 6th position. Roy Grassley 7th. Brad O'Nions is going to take 8th place with Mark Baker.
Oh, that was that then.
Unless he makes another mistake, he
Finishing
looks
5th.
set for 9th. I'm sure you'll be
Could've
too
been
happy with
4th,
that.
fucked up.
But Alex Rhodes
to be
will
honest, his pace was
round
better
out the
than mine,
top
so
10 as we continue to look
What
at
am out.
Ross decorating the pavement with the rubber from the tyres. He's not going to need them anymore. Kev Straw will take 11th. He's quite some way down the road with Finney Swarbrick in 12th. And Alexis Fontaine rounding out the field. What a season it's been, Mr. Owen.
Yes, it's been something completely different for the VTCC. It's not been got the same numbers as the VTCC, but I think what we've unearthed here is obviously a new set of players, a new audience, the likes of the Zancho pairing and Brad O'Nions, etc. So there will be more going on Assetto Corsa in the future. There's an MX5 Cup planned, which I think a lot of the drivers are quite keen on. I think the 3 drivers that we're looking at here, all MX5 enthusiasts, as well as myself, of course.
Fair play.
So
Right, that's
it's
it then.
been a great introduction for the
dear.
VTCC to Assetto Corsa as a platform, and long may it continue to
Good
grow.
race, guys.
Indeed, so that is a win for Miles Dixon, very well deserved. Dan Blake 2, Ross McGregor 3, Dennis Hospers 4, Aaron Arse 5th, John Monroe 6th, Roy Grassley 7th, Brad O'Nions 8th,
How do I get
Mark
the
Baker 9th,
results?
Alex Rhodes rounding out the top 10 of race 2. Then Kev Straw in 11th, Finley Swarbrick 12th, Alexis Fontaine in 13th, Harry Quinn 14th, Carl Alden in 15th, McRae Williams in 16th, and those didn't finish were Toby Owen and Adam Bent. Is anyone wanting to have a chat with us just yet?
I'm going to head over to the driver's debrief, but thank you both very much, Luca and Chris, for your commentary again this evening, and we look forward to seeing you again, Chris, in a few weeks' time when the VTCC resumes at Silverstone.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, mate.
VTCC Season 2. We get underway on the 1st of November, as we
Right,
mentioned
I'll
at
call
the top
that
of the show.
call that streaming in then.
Back on
That's
the Project Cast 2 platform for
5.
that one.
I think I got
Quite a
fifth in
few
the other one,
returning
that was
names from
fourth,
Season
so
1.
that's quite good.
A lot of new names
Yeah,
from
brakes again.
Season
Then again, the
for
track
Season
was
2.
the hard part in this one that actually came.
Drivers
Definitely
are
make time
not
if you get
getting
right, but obviously I've
into
cocked it up and
the
it's just not worth it.
interview room just yet. They don't have to.
Yeah,
It's
nice
not
one.
mandatory.
Cheers for watching, Tom. I'm gonna
so
go watch the stream
we'll
back
give
of
them
the,
a
the
moment
actual
or
live
two.
coverage. See what
So
what top
whilst
boys were
we
doing
wait
while
for the
they're
drivers,
braking.
just allow
Yeah,
me
nice
to
one.
thank you, Luca, for being in charge of the stream and being in charge of all our cameras. Has been a great help. Thank you very much, good sir.